Meanwhile, El Paso's mayor says the city is at a breaking point amid a surge in border crossings. Now the chief of the Border Patrol says he believes organized crime may be partially to blame. ABC's Matt Rivers is in El Paso, Texas, with the latest.
No signs of slowdown along the U.S. border. Migrants crossing the Rio Grande late at night, climbing through barbed wire, waiting to get processed on the other side.
The city of El Paso only has so many resources, and we have come to what we look at a breaking point right now.
El Paso officials opening up new shelter space, some 400 beds here. And later today, the city finalizing a deal to make a shelter out of this abandoned school. In Irapuato, Mexico, heartbreaking scenes of people sleeping near train tracks, trying to continue the brutal journey north without walking. Like John Luis Alvarez, who made the trek, arriving here in El Paso after a 3-month journey.
So basically, he says, his mom is really sick with tuberculosis back in Venezuela, and that's his main reason for coming here, to try and earn some money to be able to bring her to the United States.
His story, one of tens of thousands, as this latest surge continues. In an exclusive interview, Border Patrol Chief Jason Owens says he believes the thousands of migrants that arrived in Eagle Pass, Texas last week was by design. Organized crime draws law enforcement focus there, making it easier to smuggle somewhere else.
In terms of flow and the threats that we're seeing with fentanyl and with the criminal organizations that are our adversary, it's about as bad as I've ever seen it.
Owens wants more agents and resources to help respond to the surge, hoping for something to change.
How sustainable is this, your ability to respond to this amount of people at the border?
This isn't sustainable. This is up and down the system, everybody is overwhelmed.
And ABC's Matt Rivers joins us now from El Paso, Texas, with more. Matt, you had a chance to sit down with the Border Patrol chief. This was his first ever interview since taking the job about 3 months ago. So what stuck out to you most from that conversation?
Well, I think what stuck out to me the most is just what he's trying to clarify in terms of what Border Patrol's job is supposed to be. What we see Border Patrol doing every day these days for the past year and a half is processing migrants. That is not, or at least not what they're designed to have as their primary function. Their primary function, according to the Border Patrol chief, is to stop the bad things from coming into this country, as he calls it. So that's drugs, weapons, cash, criminals, things like that. That's their main task, is to keep the United States safe. What their main task is not supposed to be is processing asylum requests 24/7, and that's what the agents end up doing these days. And so what he's saying is, if you're basically robbing Peter to pay Paul, in the sense that if these agents are focused more on processing migrants, they can't spend their time doing other things at the border that he believes will keep the country safe. So all of that, he says, just leads to a problem that is unsustainable, as you heard him say in our interview.
Now, unauthorized crossings have hit levels not seen since last spring. What's behind this surge?
Yeah, I don't think there's any one specific reason, as we've seen in the past. For example, the last time that we saw this was back in the spring. That was leading up to the end of a pandemic-era health policy called Title 42. That was very much a driver back then. I think right now you're seeing a number of different reasons. One, it's cooler out here, generally, seasonally. We do see migration tick up once the summer starts, the summer temperatures start to abate. I do think human smuggling playing a huge role right now in migration, cartels, criminal organizations bringing people to the border. I do think that's a big role in all of this. But simply put, there's just more people on the move in the Western Hemisphere than there basically ever has been before. There's so many people on the move that what you're seeing here, I think, is just a sort of a new normal, at least for the foreseeable future at the U.S. border, because there's so many migrants that want to come to the U.S. So it's just really a mixture of regions, Diane, that leads us to this new normal on the southwest border.
All right, got it. Matt Rivers in El Paso. Matt, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.